So you already mentioned that you wouldn't advise taking a high risk start from the very start and going all in. What are any other sort of tips that you would give someone who's just wants to try it out and see how it works?
Well, first of all, to not put money in that you can't afford to lose. So just to put a small amount, and instead of going all in at one point, take let's say 1 year and have this amount that you feel like putting in, and just put 10% a month during 1 year. Because even if it's a market that is growing, and I feel like it's just the start and it's going to be growing since only 10 to 20 million people are in the field, I don't want them to start at the height of a market, which is hard to really predict. I mean, there's a lot of people out there working on that, and some people have really good information and good knowledge, but it's hard to know 100% sure what the market's going to do.
Yeah. So do you think like the trend seems to be like, specifically Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in general are becoming more and more popular these days. So it's becoming spread around. More people who never heard about it at least read some articles, come across some news, and even people like my grandmother have heard about that. So it's becoming the awareness is growing, and but there's also loads of hype around that. Do you think that hype it has some artificial component, and with the time it will go away, or how do you see the situation that is happening right now?
So the hype, I guess, will stay there for a while, but I would say right now we are in a interesting, I guess, ratio where between what we have and the hype the ratio is really high. And I guess this ratio will decrease. So sadly, some of the hype has been used by the media to portray it as something that's dangerous, that is illegal. That was the hype before, and I feel like now what is nice is to see that the hype is way more positive. So the coverage is getting more and more positive. There is like a couple of, I guess, different kind of hypes. One of it is really purely financial. When you see a cryptocurrency that does times 30 in 6 months, that is something the media loves talking about, because everyone will read it, everyone will want something about it, and that kind of encourages more people to put money in. So yeah, there's these different hypes kind of going all over, and there is a lot of noise, sadly, and at the same time, since it's still something that's very new, evolving, it's really hard to grasp.